Rangers eager to make an early impression in front of the Celtic end. McCulloch was grounded then. Craig Thompson trying to suss it out.
Well, it's just important that they do manage to sort out before the ball's in play now. You know, Mark Wilson takes a big chance, he's not looking at the ball.
Weiss with the corner! Lee McCulloch's header! Almost giving Rangers an early lead. Davis tries.
Well, Lee McCulloch did this to Celtic at Celtic Park last season, just gets the run to win the header at the front post here, gets just enough on it, and Izagirre does really well at the back post to get up off the ground. So really awkward tight for him, and he did well to get it safe.
Important stop there by Kyle. Paddy McCourt with a little bit of room in which to manoeuvre, and he slips it through here. And a very timely challenge indeed by McCulloch for Forest.
Certainly was. Buguera was well out of position here. Lee McCulloch drops in as we suggested. It's a terrific tackle. With his body shot, this is for a right-footed tackle, but he makes it with his left foot. And the timing is absolutely spot on. Terrific first touch by young James Forrest to open up the shooting chance. McCulloch did brilliantly.
It's Vladimir Weiss towards Kenny Miller at the near post. Weiss may get another chance. He's twisting and turning. Forrest inside out. Cleared by Nestorovic. Buguera's ready to return it. Oh, McCulloch was waiting, but it went to Whittaker instead. Buguera. It is frantic out there, and that's a foul, I think, and Mulgrew reacting to Buguera.
Well, it's Craig Thompson going to his pocket here. Magic Buguera is always wrong side of Charlie Mulgrew, who's breaking into decent space there.
Point.
Well, I think Charlie Mulgrew's complaining about the afters. He feels there was a bit of nose to nose there.
Might be both of them. Mulgrew is rather bemused. So much for the season of goodwill to all men.
Well, it can only be for squaring up to each other, and they went nose to nose. Charlie Mulgrew was certainly plucked from the back there by Matthew Buguera. There's a little bit of afters after it. And Craig Thompson maybe decided after, what, a quarter of the game gone, enough is enough. And that's what annoyed Charlie Mulgrew. Cynical one from Matthew Buguera. He's lifted a hand, but there's not a great deal in it. Paddy McCourt needlessly gets involved. You know, we often say that this game is going to be as difficult or as easy for Craig Thompson as the players want to make it.
Wilson. Ledley. Mulgrew. Davis has won it back. Can he find Kenny Miller? No, he can't. Rogner's in the way again, but Rangers will come again. Vladimir Weiss. Stephen Whittaker on the volley.
I think he's surprised that it clears Mark Wilson. I think Stephen Whittaker thinks that Mark Wilson is going to get a nick on this, and it just spooks him a little bit as he tries to put his left foot through the ball.
Nestorovic. Samaras would challenge with Buguera. He's flicked it on here for Paddy McCourt. It's wide, and what a massive chance that was for Celtic.
Well, that's what Celtic need. McCourt prepared to go beyond Samaras to read the first header. He's too quick for David Weir, who's trying to get across to squeeze. Awkward on the half volley with his left foot here. but he's not far out, and Celtic certainly need more of that. Somebody prepared to go beyond Samaras, because he's winning his share.
Ness. McCulloch. Foster. Gave it away to Ledley. Samaras is chasing this, and McGregor's come way out. Georgios Samaras scores for Celtic. Happy New Year to the men in hoops. They have the lead at Ibrox.
Well, if anyone in green and white today deserves a goal, it's Georgios Samaras. I think he's been terrific. Very often the whipping boy. He's been terrific this afternoon. Alan McGregor, I'm afraid, has to hold his hands up. Why he commits there, I've no idea. Samaras always favourite to get there first. David Weir trying to make up the ground to get goal side, but can't close the angle on Samaras. The first touch is exquisite. Pretty small target from that angle, but it's a terrific finish from Celtic's best player this afternoon so far.
Celtic without their captain, without their top scorer, without many others, are a goal to the good at Ibrox. Samaras 2 an Old Firm goal and 2 an SPL goal. Mulgrew. Samaras pushing that past Bagheera, but Foster's certainly no slouch, although his clearance has gone to Mulgrew. Papach guarding Forrest.
Terrific defending from the fullback. It's a great ball in from Mulgrew. Really awkward this for Sasa Papach, because he knows that Forrest's on his way and liable to get across the front of him. Rangers fullback does really well.
Jamie Ness now as Rangers try again. Lafferty just on, beaten to it by Izagirre. Davis. Weiss. Davis. McCulloch. Poked away by Mastorovic. Forrest now for Samaras. Trapped by Ness. Still going Samaras. Brought down, penalty Celtic!
I don't think this is difficult for Craig Thompson at all here. Yeah, stonewall every day of the week. Love the little change of pace to get away from Ness initially, and he just shifted it as Bagheera comes in. And that was not difficult for Craig Thompson.
Well, Craig Thompson had to apologise for not giving Celtic a penalty in an Old Firm game last season. He's given them one now, but that was pretty straightforward, pretty routine, and Samaras is going to take it. A massive moment on Glasgow's Day of Days. It is Samaras. It is 2-0. He is the man of the moment. What a way to start a year for Celtic.
Well, goalkeepers just don't save them. It's a terrific penalty, because Alan McGregor goes early, he guesses right. Well, the ball just hits the side net, the inside of the side netting. That's how good the strike is. Just opens his foot on it at the very last moment. The perfect penalty.
He's on a hat-trick. Rangers need a quick reply to a double from Samaras. Weiss takes it. Away by Rodner. Papach! So close.
Well, Izagirre hugely relieved, because he comes off the post. He's on the post here. Now he moves off it. Couldn't have been much closer.
McCulloch. Whittaker. Bagheera!
Terrific effort, just splits the two Celtic centre-backs. Neither Ronya nor Mostorovic gets close enough here to Begera. Did really well to take it on the half turn, really awkward that, and it's a more than decent effort.
Weiss again. Who's going to have a run at them? And a free kick in the edge of the area.
Well, no surprise that Craig Thompson's going to his pocket either. Love a little change of pace there. Mark Wilson knew he was done.
Wilson, the third player to be booked today. That's quite a low count by Old Firm standards. A massive opportunity here for Rangers to respond. A lifeline needed, a spark required. Getting needlessly involved.
Well, he's trying to get himself booked. He's got to get himself out of there.
I don't think the ball is back where it should be just yet, somehow. They weren't far off, were they? Stephen Davis, not far off.
Well, Fraser Forster's not happy with his wall for some reason. Either way, it's never really a threat here. He does extend here, the Celtic goalkeeper, then he withdraws his arms, realises it's going over. I don't see what his problem was with the wall. Looked pretty solid to me.
Weiss. Lafferty. Weiss. Davis. Pollock sent it behind Whittaker. Groans around Ibrox. Lafferty lurking, but that's a handball, I think.
Well, I think the Rangers supporters behind the goal were looking for a penalty. He's always favourite coming in on the angle here. Mark Wilson did well to get up early. Well, did it roll down Mark Wilson's arm first? Certainly came off Kyle Lafferty's arm laterally, but I think he's making the point that it might have struck Mark Wilson first.
He's talked himself into a car.
Well, hard to see from that angle whether it came off the back of Mark Wilson's head or whether it did strike his arm. Huge appeal from behind the goal from the Rangers supporters, that's for sure.
And here is Samaras. Jamie Ness across.
Oh, bit of tiredness, that's all that is, cramp. He broke his neck to get across there and make the challenge, young Jamie Ness. He's covered a lot of ground.
It's been an assured full debut for a young man who's been troubled by injuries. Only 19, came on to make his debut at Motherwell, and in from the start for this one. And that says a lot. Kyle! And McGregor was scrambling.
Well, I wonder how close that is. Hard to see from our angle. We'll see here how close. Not half a yard wide.
No way through for Rangers. Here's Kyle Samaras. Well, McGinn's away on the other side, and Kyle is through the middle. Samaras heading towards goal. Taken off his toes by Weir. Samaras. Stopped by McGregor, and Hutton has to clear this. He's taken it behind for a corner, but that was almost an unlikely hat-trick for Samaras.
That's a super save from Alan McGregor. Gotta say, I thought the ball was over the line. When it came back to Georgios Samaras, it was more than decent effort. Not much to hit from that angle, and McGregor did well.
2011 starts in style for Celtic. They're nearly across the finishing line. And they're seeing it out quite nicely now. They failed to show in the really big games before, but they've showed today, that's for sure. It is over. It is a colossal victory, this, for Neil Lennon. Celtic triumph at the home of their oh-so-fierce rivals. Georgios Samaras, so often a villain of the piece, most definitely the hero of the hour and a half today. He scored both goals, one from the penalty spot, and Rangers, who've come back a few times this season, just couldn't respond. 3 points that will make such a difference in the race for the title. Rangers distraught, Celtic jubilant, and you can be sure that the Celtic fans inside Ibrox today won't be leaving for a while. Scott Brown and Gary Hooper in amongst those fans. Neil Lennon unable to call on so many players today, but the ones who pulled on the shirt stood up and were counted. Big time. The New Year honours in Glasgow go to Celtic. The New Year derby at Ibrox finishes Rangers 0, Celtic 2.